of you who can, all those of you who can stand up, please do so. Others can remain muted with their videos. Thank you, friends, for your time and attention. What more can you give me than your most precious thing, your time and your attention? Thank you for coming on this evening to this platform and gracing this platform. Before I begin the session, I wanted to share something personal with you and leave you with something to think today as you go to bed. I'm a grandfather. I have a 2-year-old grandson. And my son and daughter-in-law today went school hunting. You know, if they have to put him in play school by the age of 3, the admission will start in August. And it's a long, arduous process to get a school admission and to put a child in school. So they went searching for a school. And that got me thinking. What happens to a child who will begin the school in 2022 or 2023? He will retire in 2080 or 2081. And I got to thinking, what will life be like, at that time? Considering the fact that every 35 years, the population doubles. In fact, the German World Population Census Committee has calculated that by the year 2023, world population will be 8 billion from the 7.47 billion today. Not only that, technology is moving at a breakneck speed. Such a speed that you really do not know what will happen. How will things be at that time? And who will help these children who are entering into school? In 15 years' time, they will come out, 15, 20 years, they'll complete their education and come out, and then they will have to face the challenges for the next 38 years of a changing world. A world which is technologically far advanced, and a world where economic crisis will be a day-to-day affair because of the huge explosion of population. Who will help them? What will be their fate? What will be the conditions in which my grandson will be living? And how can I today contribute to making his life better? I think, friends, this is a question which should be uppermost in all our mind as we go to sleep tonight. So, friends, let us begin this webinar on the 3 dimensions to becoming an international master trainer. You are right. It is the master trainer who will have to help these people as they go about, collecting more and more competencies and capabilities in a changing world. But that is for them. What for you? Why should you become an international master trainer? The world benefits from master trainer because he is the person who provides enhancement of skills, capabilities, and competencies. But what is there for you? Why should you become a master trainer? How will you benefit? This is a question which definitely must have come in your mind when I say, why an international master trainer when there are so many other things that you can become? You should become an international master trainer because that is one way for getting into a high earning situation in foreign currency. When you start training from India across the globe, you earn in foreign currency, and when converted into Indian currency, you will make yourself rich beyond words. This is one of the main reasons why you should become an international master trainer. Because changing demographics and fast advancing technology is going to make everything redundant, and master trainers are going to be required to help people reskill and upskill themselves. The second most important aspect is you will be happy because you are going to be busy doing things that you love. You will be busy and happy 24/7. What is it that man wants? He wants to be happy. He wants to be engaged. And both these are possible when you become an international master trainer. And the third very important thing, man is afraid to die. Do you want to attain immortality? Do you want to defeat death? As Dalai Lama says, share your knowledge. It's a way to achieve immortality. Give back to society. Share the knowledge that you have accumulated over the years. And this you can do as an international master trainer. And last but not least, every person on this earth wants to be admired, wants to feel respected, wants to be desired. And that is possible. As an international master trainer, you will be admired and respected. People will look up to you. An international master trainer is not just a vocation or a profession. It is a way of life. It helps you to earn. It makes you happy. It assists you in sharing your knowledge with the world. And above all, you will be the cynosure of all eyes. As if this were not enough, I'm going to now show you how an international master trainer is important from 3 very different perspectives: a historical perspective, an earning perspective, and an expanded opportunity perspective. To understand the historical perspective, let's go back to the days of the Second World War. During the Second World War, when men went off to work, when men went off to the war, women had to fill up the gaps, and they proved that they could do the men's work because the men had gone off to war. Until then, the workplace was the bastion of the men. The women stormed it, and they proved to them that they could do a better job than them. Since then, my dear friend, it was a watershed movement. And when the women stormed the workplace, everything changed. Since then, the workplace has been the domain of both men and women, and that is when the thought of equality started. And today, men and women, shoulder to shoulder, lead the business place and the society. Something very similar happened in Y2K. The year 2000 problem demanded the extensive use of software engineers, leading to a tripling of employment-based visas granted by the US to the Indians. Fixing the bug enabled Indian engineers to establish their credentials and catapulted them as world leaders in addressing technology problems. So much so that today, Google, Microsoft, IBM, Adobe, and so many other technology companies are headed by Indian-born engineers. Today, India is the provider of software engineers and technical experts to the world. Technology and India has become synonymous and go hand in hand. That brings us to the latest problem through which we are yet transiting and are yet to come out: the pandemic. The World Economic Forum has observed that reskilling is a post-pandemic talent imperative. The coronavirus pandemic is forcing global experimentation with remote working, teaching, gig economy, digital commerce, and as per the Economic Forum, more than 50% of the world employee population of 3 billion are going to be required to be reskilled and upskilled, and that can be done only by the international master trainers. Now let us see what exactly comes after the historical perspective is the earning potential. The second perspective is the earning potential. When a trainer starts his career in India, he starts with 18,650 rupees monthly salary. That means if you are a freelance or a corporate trainer employed in a company, the average, as per Glassdoor, who are the leaders in giving information about salaries and packages, say that the earning potential of an Indian trainer in India is 18,650 rupees only. How will he run a family with this? Whereas if the same trainer were to start his career in Paris, he would have earned 1.5 lakhs, that is 1,700 euros, which converted into Indian currency will become 1.5 lakhs. Coming to Tokyo, the same trainer would have earned 1.9 lakhs. And if the same trainer were to take training in London, he would have earned 2.5 lakhs per month. And in New York, it's a whooping 3.30 lakhs per month. Now, definitely a question has come in your mind. That's all fine. But then we are in India. We can't move to Paris, Tokyo, London, or US just because we can earn so much. And then what is the cost of living there? True, my dear friends. But what if you were to earn the same amount sitting in India and in Indian cost of living? Because today, London, Paris, New York, Tokyo is just a mouse click away. From the relative comfort of your home, you can reach any part of the world through your laptop and the click of a mouse and conduct training and earn in that currency. And when converted to Indian currency, you will be far, far ahead and a millionaire in no time. That brings us to the question of expanded opportunity. So who can benefit from this digitalization and by becoming an international master trainer? Who can become an international master trainer? Is there any specific criteria, qualification, capability, and competency which is required to become an international master trainer, or can anyone become? Let me tell you, who can benefit from this? This question is very valid. The first person who can benefit from this are the self-employed. Those who are consultants, doctors, engineers, advocates, trainers, teachers, all these people can benefit from this. Because by going on to the online platform, they can expand the opportunity which currently exists. We will see how. And the people who can most benefit are the people who are least given any importance today: the elderly and the knowledgeable elders. When you touch the age of 58, After having worked for over 3 decades, you are told to go home and sit down. Not taking into account all the experience and expertise you have gathered over all this period. You are told to go home. My dear friend, the time has come for you to claim your rightful place in the world as international master trainer. But before we come to you and discuss you in detail, let us see how the self-employed can benefit from this. As per IFRI, on the topic of digitalization in the post-COVID world, the news emanating from Japan and Europe is that self-employed people can today go global. They need not be restricted to their local market alone. For instance, supposing you are a finance consultant in Pune. Before digitalization and before the pandemic, you are practicing your trade only in the geographical locale of Pune and the catchment area of Pune. But today you can go online and provide your service and expertise all over the world. You will not be restricted by anybody. And what do you require to be successful in such a case? All you require is an understanding of cognitive science, because cognitive science is at the foundation of understanding people. You can understand people on the online platform, and through applying implicit influencing techniques, you will be able to change people's behaviors and opinion. As a consultant, when you understand people who come to you with a problem and change their opinions and behaviors, you have already done your job. And when assisted by presentation mastery, you will be able to grab their attention, keep them totally engaged throughout your conversation and training, and in the process, effectively deliver your message and teaching. That is what this International Master Trainer Program will do to independent consultants. They can practice their trade from the comfort of their home, basking in the affection of their family members, and playing with their children and grandchildren. What more can they ask? And what do we have for teachers and trainers? Vision 2025 is what awaits them. By 2025, the online learning market is predicted to reach 325 billion since its inception. Today, it is at 114 billion. Just 3 years down the line, it is going to more than double. From 114, it is going to go to 325 billion. And you are going to be at the center of it as teachers and trainers. From 2020 to 2025, the market will increase by 200%. Yes, my dear friends, 200%. Already in the last 2 years, that is, we are in 2022, 90% of the countries have adopted digital online learning. And hold your breath, 60% of even pre-primary schools have adopted digital online learning. Today, pre-primary schools are also, they have gone online. That means this scene which you see is very soon going to be relegated to the museums. That is where you will be able to see this scene. This classroom teaching is going to be replaced by online learning. The sooner a teacher or a trainer masters online digital platform teaching, the sooner they will develop a first mover advantage and forge ahead in the competitive market to reach leadership position. That brings us, my dear friends, to the elderly. Here is a very sad statistics about that. 77% of Indians don't save for retirement, and most depend on their children for support. And why is it that they never saved for retirement? Is it because they did not know that retirement will come one day and they are going to require money? No, my dear friend, they knew it. But they did not save because they were busy all along building a family, raising children, educating them, getting their children married and settling in life, paying home loans, car loan, education loan. Their entire life went turning blood into sweat. And then when they are retired, they are sent home and they have to depend on their children. In fact, a very pathetic scene in urban and rural India is the retired people, the informed elders congregating every day morning in the park in the name of morning walk and conversing with other elders. And then they go home and wait for the next day's morning walk. Is this what the fate beckoning the elders? Is this how they have to run their life always? No, my dear friends. Recently, there was an article in the Forbes magazine where one of the retired elders had said, if I could change my career at 60, so can you. He said it was a daily effort to maintain a sense of dignity amid the sense of rejection. When he was retired and told to go home, he felt rejected. This searing experience, however, led to one great thing. It inspired me to become a career coach so others could benefit from what I learned the hard way. In other words, he took to sharing his knowledge with the world and started making money, keeping himself engaged and being respected by the world. That's precisely what International Master Trainer all about. You too, like me, can make money. Your income will be high earning in foreign currency. When converted to Indian currency, you will be a millionaire like me. You too can be happy and busy doing things that you love. Retirement need not be a curse, need not be a boredom. You need not depend upon others. You will be busy and happy 24/7. You too can be respected and live in eternity in the hearts of your students and trainees. You can give back to society, share all the knowledge you have gathered in your career, and above all, you can be looked up to. You will not feel rejected. You will be admired and respected. People will look up to you. I am sure all of you elders want that. You want to contribute to the family kitty. You want to be busy and engaged. You want to share your knowledge, and above all, you want to be respected and admired. Here is an opportunity for you to become an international master trainer and achieve all these things. So, what is an international master trainer? I've been repeating this phrase again, time and again during this program. International master trainer, international master trainer, international master trainer. So what is it? An international master trainer has got 3 roles. First, he conducts training. That means he helps you to upskill and reskill yourself. As the World Economic Forum has observed, more than 50% of the world employee population is going to require reskilling and upskilling. There must be some percentage of that 1.5 billion who fall under the purview of your expertise, whom you can help reskill and upskill with your capabilities and competencies. The second is coaching. Some of those you train are going to require special attention to scale themselves into much higher levels of management. Let us take the example of Sachin Tendulkar and his coach Acharkar. Sachin Tendulkar was a world's #1 batsman, but still he had a coach in Acharkar who had never played a test. But Sachin is known to have commented that if not for Acharkar, he would never be where he is. Similarly, my dear friend, as a coach, you can contribute to excellence and success of some person. And finally, he's a consultant. He helps organizations understand, draw, and walk a roadmap. An international master trainer is a trainer, a coach, and a consultant. And he does this through areas of focus and differentiation. Let us understand how each one of these is different from the other in a very nuanced manner. The focus areas are who, what, where, why, and how. The 4 W and the H, which the management is very, very, prompt in pointing out in every instance. Who does the trainer train? A vast population. But the coaching it conducts for a very minor part of the vast population, a very narrow portion in individuals, and a coach, a consultant focuses his area of differentiation on organizations. As a trainer, you will train many people, coach a few, and be a consultant for organizations. And what will you do? As a trainer, you will improve the functioning. And as a coach, you will do more than they could have done by themselves. Acharkar was instrumental in Sachin excelling in those areas where he was failing sometimes. So he was helped to do more than what he would have done by himself. And as a consultant to organizations, you will provide expert advice, solutions, and informations which will be relevant to their area of operation and market and segment. Where will they do it? As a trainer, you will be doing it in a controlled setting, in the same way as I am conducting this program on the controlled setting of the Zoom platform. You will be conducting your training in a controlled setting. As a coach, it is very flexible. I do coach and mentor people, and it is all very flexible at my time and at their convenience. And in consulting, you are an outsourced hands-on employee. When you become a consultant, you take on the responsibilities of solving the problem which the organization has as an outsourced employee for a consideration. That brings us to the why. In the case of a training, the objective is set beforehand. You know, we always have this saying in the training, begin with the objective in the mind. So the objective is set. But in coaching, the objective evolves to get the best out of the coachee. As the coachee develops, your objective will also keep changing. It's a work in progress. And as a consultant, you'll be resolving perceived specific problems. And once the problem is over, you will step back and take the retainership till the next problem hits the fan and you are called. And how do you do it? In the case of a trainer, you use cognitive behavioral methods. Whereas in the case of a coaching, it is all approach based on assessment and measurement. You measure the development of the coachee, you assess the improvement, and you tailor the coaching as you move forward. Whereas in the case of an organization, consulting is done based upon leveraging the resources available with the organization. This is the focus area and differentiation of an international master trainer in his three roles as a trainer, coach, and a consultant. I have spoken about it in a very, very small way, given the mandate of just 1.5 hours of this program. So that brings us to the next big question. Who should you reach out to where you will get the helping hand to become a master trainer? Or in other words, since I am stepping forward to help you become an international master trainer, why do you think I am qualified? In what way am I qualified? Let me say a few words about myself, for those of you who don't know me. I am Arun Subramanian and have corporate experience of over 45 years. I have senior management experience over 34 years, of which 26 years have been as CEO in various national and multinational companies. I have conducted over 30 years of offline and online training. I have trained over 7,000 professionals from various industries. Over 5,000 people have benefited from my training programs on cognitive science and implicit learning. And the first batch of Diploma Master Trainer, 48 people, are already graduated. So, are you ready for the global journey? If you are, then how do you begin this journey? That is very important, isn't it? That brings us to the foundational topic of today's program, the 3 dimensions of an international master trainer. India is an agrarian economy, and I will draw parallel with farming to explain international master trainer to you. Here you see a farmer in rural India using modern technology to plow the field. Farming has got 3 dimensions, as has the International Master Trainer. The 3 dimensions of farming are: number 1, the farmer prepares the field by plowing it. Then, once the field is prepared by intense plowing, he sows the seed and then allows the elements, the sun, the air, the water, and the earth to work on the seeds. And then he harvests the crop and makes money out of it. These are the 3 dimensions of preparing the field. That is through by plowing, by sowing the seeds, and then harvesting the crop. In the same way, the International Master Trainer identifies his niche. What is his niche? Converts that niche into a digital program and then markets and monetizes it. A farmer plows the field, sows the seed, harvests the crop. An International Master Trainer identifies his niche, creates a digital program of it, and monetizes it by marketing it. So first, let us understand niche. What is niche? Niche is a very abused concept with people saying anything and everything. We will understand niche from the first time it was used and how it has evolved into the current context. Niche comes from the French verb nicher, N-I-C-H-E-R, meaning to make a nest, to build or make a nest. It is taken from the Latin nidus, meaning nest. Nidus is the Latin for nest, and nicher is the French for making a nest, from which the word niche has come. That means niche is the place where you are most comfortable. The term niche was coined by naturalist Roswell Johnson Hill, but it was used first by Joseph Grinnell in a research program in 2017. He used it to highlight a particular role of an individual species or organism in its community and its environment. He wanted to explain a particular organism in its community or environment and its position on the food cycle, and he used the word niche to signify that. In the same way, my dear friends, your niche is where you are most comfortable. A niche is your home. It is your identity in the society. Now let us take it forward as civilization evolved. Civilization progressed and living space became bigger and more complex and beautiful. Beauty and convenience combined, and niche was next used in architecture. This is a niche. You see a kitchen. A portion of the kitchen wall is carved out to keep materials essential for immediate reach in the kitchen. This place is right above the cooking table, so where you can keep mixie, grinder, masala powders, and all those things which you can reach immediately from where you are standing. Next is a niche in the washroom. Next to the shower, you see a portion of the wall carved out where you can keep the smelling salts, the body lotions, the body spray, the shampoo, the soap, the body wash. And then you have a niche in the bedroom where, as you fall asleep, many people have the habit of reading before going to sleep. You just push your book into that space and go off to sleep. Just imagine you are reading a book to go to sleep. Sleep comes heavy on your eyelids and your eyelids are closing. And now you have to walk all the way to the library, keep the book, come back and lie down, your sleep will go away. But when there is a niche right above your bed, you just push it in and go to sleep. That is how the niche serves the purpose in the bedroom. And in the drawing room, it elevates the ambience of the room. The kitchen, the washroom, the bedroom, and the drawing room are all small portions of a larger market called a house. And the niche in each of these small portions of the larger market is serving a specific purpose. In the kitchen where you have kept the masala, you can't keep the soap and the shampoo. In the niche in the washroom where you have kept the shampoo, you can't keep the masala or the book. And in the drawing room where on the mantelpiece or the niche you have kept the decorative piece, you can't keep the shampoos. Each one is serving a particular purpose. Now, combining the definition of niche as given by Greenwell and the niche as seen in architecture, let us understand the niche to the niche funnel. What is that you love to do? What are you most comfortable doing? What is your real interest area? What did you always want to do? And what is it you identify yourself with is the place where you are most comfortable, your nest, your home, the element in which you are you. That is the beginning point of the niche. The next is, what segment of the broader market are you going to focus on? Based upon the segment of the broader market, like are you going to focus upon the kitchen, which is a segment of the broader market called the house? Are you going to focus upon the washroom, which is a segment of the broader market called the house? Which segment are you going to focus upon? And finally, what solution do you offer for that specific problem of the focused area of the broader market? If it is kitchen, what is it are you going to keep in that niche, which will solve the pain that the cook is having? What is it that you are going to put in the niche in the washroom so that the person who has come to take a bath will be made more convenient? His pain points will go and he will have a much better user experience. This is what the niche is all about. So how do you find your niche? In other words, cognitively speaking, you go in to understand yourself and then you go out to understand the opportunities which are existing in the market. If we are to talk about the right brain, left brain, the concept of the niche by going in is a right brain activity. It is highly subjective. Only you know what is there at the depth of your subconscious and the parietal, occipital, and temporal lobes. When you go in and search for what is it that you're most comfortable with, what do you love, what is your passion, what is your aptitude for, it is a concept you are creating. It's a subjective element in the right brain. Then you transit it through the corpus callosum onto the left brain, where it is converted into an applied format through the objectivity of the left brain. That is where it finds application in the external world. In other words, this is where the rubber meets the road. What is there within you meets the external world to service it. In other words, there are two sides to the coin. One is called the niche coaching. Niche coaching is about the topic that you want to give to the world, about your expertise which you want to share with the world. It is about your capabilities and competencies which you want to use to service a particular segment of the world, and that particular segment is a niche application. Choosing a niche, pick one where you have experience, credibility, and contacts, and then use it on that particular segment which will benefit the most out of it. Because if you go with your niche to a segment which is not interested in it, it will be a disaster. In other words, if you were to graphically represent this concept of your niche coaching with the niche application, you will find that niche has got three dimensions. The three dimensions are: number one, your experience and knowledge. Number two, the ecosystem in which you are now operating. And number three, the credibility you have with the ecosystem. If your experience finds a good ecosystem, you will have very high acceptance. That means people will follow you. They will be willing to accept what you're telling. You will have very high acceptance with them. When credibility meets your ecosystem, that means you are credible, people know your expertise. In your ecosystem, people know that you, X, Y, Z, are an expert in this. They will be willing to be led by you. You will be able to lead them. And when your experience and credibility meets the ecosystem, you can easily monetize your niche, influence people, make money, be engaged, be popular, be socially relevant, and be highly respected. That is the importance of niche. Now we will understand niche from the three types of people who are there in this world. One is a common man. That is you and me. We are the common people. Next are the subject matter experts. What does a niche do to them? And third are the highly successful people like Richard Branson, Steve Jobs, Oprah Winfrey, Abdul Kalam, Mukesh Ambani, you name them, Tata, Ratan Tata, all these people. They're highly successful. So what is a niche? How did they operate through it? Let us first understand the common man, you and me. What are the challenges that the common man has got? Number one, I'm sure you will all agree with me that all of you have got tremendous experience and knowledge. There is not one single person on this platform of 27 people who hasn't got a vast amount of experience and knowledge. Unfortunately, you have a very ill-defined ecosystem. What do I mean by ill-defined ecosystem? Think back. You all have WhatsApp. You all have Facebook. You're all on LinkedIn. Whoever comes, you allow them into your WhatsApp group. Whoever sends you a friend request, you accept it on Facebook. You accept and send contact without any discrimination. It is a number of people in your Facebook, LinkedIn, and WhatsApp which count, not the quality of the people. What is the outcome? None of them serve any purpose. They are all good morning, good afternoon, good evening friends. You get up in the morning, post a good morning, and then forward memes, forward messages, absolutely of no relevance. That means you have got a very ill-defined ecosystem. And what is the outcome? You have got no credibility. Who are you? People don't know. At most, what will they say? XYZ is a nice person. That's all. The ecosystem knows your experience, but you absolutely have no credibility. And when you have no credibility, when you lack credibility, you are invisible. You don't have a top of the mind recall in anybody's mind. If people are in trouble, do they come to you? They should. If you have the credibility, if you are visible, they would have come to you. So what is the outcome? There is no future. That is the reason you have no clear path to monetizing after your retirement. You have no clear path to a second stream of income. You depend upon the only stream of income you have, that is your employment. And once you retire, you are relegated to the background. You spend your time from morning walk to morning walk, depending upon your children and worrying about your future. And with the future being so uncertain, things are becoming more and more and more difficult. This is the challenge of a common man, all because he has got no niche. This is the problem. There is no other problem. If you are in a position to create a credibility of your experience, if you are in a position to create an ecosystem, well-defined ecosystem, believe me, my dear friends, suddenly you will find opportunities opening up. Money will start pouring. Admiration will start pouring. You will become socially relevant. You will not have time. You will not be bored. That brings us to the next point of the subject matter expert. People who are technically qualified. They too have a challenge. They too have a lot of experience and knowledge. And they have a certain degree of credibility, maybe even a huge credibility as a subject matter expert. But unfortunately, they are also like you and me when it comes to an ecosystem. They also accept all forwards, all friend requests, all people coming in. There is no discrimination as to who will be there in that ecosystem. What happens? When experience meets high credibility, but there is no ecosystem, what do you do with it? You feel frustrated. That is the reason you will find most of these subject matter experts are frustrated in life. Their main complaint is, nobody appreciates me. You are the person responsible for not having anybody there in your ecosystem. Why are you blaming that nobody is appreciating you? What have you done to create that anybody? Next, when your high credibility does not get an ecosystem, there is no recognition. Outside your family members and outside the limited people, 3, 4, 5, who know what your knowledge is, no one recognizes you. No one knows you. And it adds to the frustration. And when your experience finds no ecosystem, you find there is no one you can share your knowledge with. Imagine what a pathetic condition it is. You're an expert, but you don't have an ecosystem. So you're frustrated. You're not recognized. You have no one to share your knowledge with. You have no way of monetizing your expertise, all because you have no niche. That is how important niche is to your life. Now let us see an instance of a person who monetized and used this niche. I am going to talk to you about a person possibly you have never heard of. This is Venezuela of 1970. Venezuela in 1970 had a population of 29 million people. And the country as a whole was beset with crime, poverty, and political unrest. It was right next to Colombia, which was the capital of drug trade in the world. Who doesn't know about Pablo Escobar, the drug king, who was the richest person in the world and who even came to nearly becoming the president of Colombia. He nearly hijacked the entire country. And Venezuela was next door to it on the route. It was on the drug route. Crime was rampant, huge poverty. Over 29% of the people were far below the poverty line, and that 29% was supplying the people for the crime to continue in that country. Into such a situation landed Jose Antonio Abreu and Silvi. If you were to Google this name, Wikipedia would say he was a Venezuelan orchestra conductor, a pianist, an economist, an educator, activist, and politician. He was a doctorate in economics and he was a teacher. This is what he was. And he was responsible for being one of the people who pulled Venezuela out of poverty and the unrest. If I were to ask you which part of this person's bio you would assign the reason for his having pulled out, you would have said, as a politician, he could have done it, or as an economist, he could have done it. But my dear friend, he did not pull the country out of this problem by any of these. He had a very passionate love for children. Surprising, isn't it? He loved children. And he realized that children love music. All of us know that children learn everything in the early years, formative years of the life through music. Who has not seen that child or grandchild learn, Baba, black sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Three bags full. Or Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, How I Wonder What You Are. Or Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Just imagine, I'm 65. 64 years back, what I heard, I still remember. It is deeply ingrained in me. That is because of the inherent love children have for music. Abroad decided he is going to use this inherent love of children for music to pull the country out of the problem it is in. Parents love children. And these young children, when they saw crime happening right outside their window, were getting introduced into the world of crime at a very young age, at a very impressionable age. And they were the supply pipeline for the criminal activities. He decided that he is going to do something about it. He started a system called El Sistema. El Sistema is teaching music to children. The first batch of El Sistema contained 11 children in the age group of 2 to 5. And the music classes are conducted in a garage. The seeds that was sown in 1975. With this class has today sprouted into a massive banyan tree of 700,000 people learning music every year in Venezuela. Outcome? The parents started believing that there is a future for the children. The children, because of the inherent love for music, forgot the world of crime. The supply pipeline dried. Venezuela started looking forward to a bright future. In 4 decades, Venezuela was well on its way to prosperity. And today, El Sistema has been adopted by 34 advanced countries in the world, including the US. My dear friends, that is the power of the niche. So much so that in 2009, Abreu was honored with the Latin Grammy Trustee Award. What is more, the greatest celebrity musician was Gustavo Dudamel, the music director of Los Angeles Philharmonic, the greatest music director the world has ever known, the most acclaimed conductor in the world, is from this El Sistema. What a transformation for a country that did not have a single thing to its credit other than being an extremely poor, impoverished country full of crime and poverty. So I say it and you accept it. No, that's not how the mind works. I'm sure all of you in your mind are thinking, what proof is that this was the doing of a niche? Let us see. How do you validate a niche? When you operate through the niche, there is minimal competition. You will definitely agree with me that Abreu must have faced no competition in trying to pull Venezuela out by teaching music to 2 to 5-year-olds. I'm sure you'll agree with me in that. Second thing, it was highly professionally and personally satisfying. He became one of the most respected politicians of that country, a highly respected individual in the world stage, a tall figure in the world of music. That is why he got that Grammy Award. So it was highly professionally and personally satisfying for him. Number 3, very high profit potential. How much more higher can a profit potential go than that it pulled the country out of poverty? And then it's also a very practical need. A practical need existed in Venezuela at that time, that it had to come out of poverty and crime and reclaim its position in the world stage as a decent, honest, growing country. That could be achieved with it. And finally, a strong market demand. How much more stronger can a demand in the market be for such a thing? That, my dear friend, is the niche. And this niche is what Diploma the Master Trainer will help you identify. It will help every participant learn how to choose his niche. Diploma the Master Trainer will help you identify your niche, teach you how to validate whether it is the correct niche, and then take your niche global and help you establish yourself. As I told you, the most important thing for you to succeed in the world stage is a community, an ecosystem. We will teach you how to build an online community. We will help you personalize your social network. We will teach you how to nurture the community that you build. We will help you create a narrative to manage that community. We will help you create a timeline through which you will grow. We will help you connect with the corporates, and we will help you create the subject matter expert status through YouTube and podcasting. For all this, you are going to require digital assets. We will teach you how to create those digital assets. The world is going digital. The world is going totally digital, and this has been accelerated by the pandemic. We will help you learn how to build a website. You do not go to some other person to build it. You can build it yourself. We will help you create your own blog site. We will teach you how to create creatives and marketing collaterals. We will teach you how to write content for all the medias. We will teach you how to create value for your program. We will teach you video creation and editing and podcasting. This forms the first dimension of an international master trainer, that is identifying niche and scaling it global. Now we will come to the second part, that is sowing the seed, converting that niche into a digital program. The 6 steps of sowing the seed begins with curating the contents and insight. You have got huge amount of knowledge and experience. We will teach you how to curate content out of that knowledge and experience. We will teach you how to strategize that knowledge into insights and deliver them. You will learn how to incorporate influencing techniques, implicit influencing techniques to drive the message. You will learn how to structure your program, how to prepare a very professional slide deck, and above all, you will learn presentation techniques and digital oratory. Digital oratory is to the online platform what public speaking is to the offline classroom. You will learn presentation techniques and digital oratory. And to begin all these things, you will learn adult learning principles. How do adults learn? What is the neuroscience of learning? What is Bloom's and cognitive taxonomy? What are the questioning techniques which are used on the online platform to drive teaching implicitly? The types like anthropophora. You will learn about the community of inquiry, propounded by Garrison Anderson Archer in 2001. The type of teaching which is adopted by Harvard, Yale, Stanford, MIT, Wharton. And you will learn the nudge theory. The nudge theory propounded by Richard Thaler, for which he got a Nobel Prize in 2011. You will learn all these things. And then you have not tired of hearing that content is king. We will teach you how to select and validate the content, how to slice and compact it, how to create a primacy recency effect. What is structuring? How do you structure your program? How do you bait and loop the audience to keep them engaged? How do you transition from part of the program to the next part? How do you prime the mind of the audience so that it is right to accept whatever message you are giving, the opening, the body, and the closing? All these things you will learn in that portion of the content is king. The next thing which is relevant to sowing the seed is the instructional design. How do you conduct a training need analysis? What is a narrative grammar? How do you write a proposal? What is script writing for a program? How do you write the script for a program? It is not storyline writing script, my dear friends. It is writing a script for a program. What is a facilitator guide? A facilitator guide is one where each slide you decide how long it will be, what you will speak, and you will not speak a single word more than that. And then you will learn how to create a world-class presentation deck, because the visual acuity forms nearly 87% of all impressions in the mind. And finally, you come to digital oratory and delivery. What is the language of a professional presentation? How to get the context right on your presentation? The ability to tell a story in your presentation. The art of personalizing your presentation so that it will be impactful. The techniques of delivering virtual presentation. And above all, you will master digital oratory so that you will speak so flawlessly and smoothly on the online platform that the audience will be mesmerized. This is the second dimension of the International Master Trainer. The third dimension is marketing and monetizing. We will teach you digital marketing, Facebook marketing, LinkedIn marketing, driving traffic to website and blog site, landing page creation, building a community to create an ecosystem on all social platforms. Not just that, my dear friends, in addition to all these things, you will get life membership to DMT Alumni, where all the Diploma Master Trainers will be on one single platform, sharing their knowledge, experience, and expertise. For free, you will get it. You will again have access to the archivals of the video recordings of the entire course for free. This is for lifetime. As a Diploma Master Trainer Alumni, you will get access to the archives of the video recordings of all the courses for free. For 1 full year after the course, we will be with you, mentoring you, helping you on the platform, helping you design your program, helping you take your program global. All that will be for free. You will learn as a group. Group learning is the best way of learning for another. Each and every learning will be supported by a template for effective implementation. And you will network with like-minded people so that you will always be in the company of the type of people that you want. As Adi Shankaracharya has said, Satsangatve Nitsangatvam, Nitsangatve Nirmohatvam, Nirmohatve Nishchalatatvam, Nishchalatatve Jivan Mukti. When you are in the company of like-minded, sober, sattvic people, success is bound to come with peace of mind, and you will find salvation through your work. Work is worship. And all this comes to you for free. In addition to a coveted certificate stating that you have completed the Diploma Master Trainer course successfully. This is the certificate of Dr. K.V. Subbaraju from Andhra Pradesh, who completed the certification in March 22. So, what is the Diploma Master Trainer? The course is from 20th of May 2022, that is from day after tomorrow, to the 2nd of October 2022, 240 hours. Every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 7:30 to 10:30 p.m. The course will be conducted. Wednesdays will be practice sessions. If you want, you can attend. It is optional, 7:30 to 10:30 p.m. In addition to that, my dear friends, you will have over 100 hours of monitored practice as a group with a facilitator to guide you. And those of the participants who are very serious, select participants will get gold membership, which entitles them to a lifelong free admission to all Diploma Master Trainer courses in the future. They can attend all courses of Diploma Master Trainer in the future for free. All gold members courses will be promoted by VAC Solution without cost. VAC Solution has an ecosystem of 78,000 people. We will be driving your program through these 78,000 people. Just imagine today, if you go to a Facebook marketing, each click will cost you about 75 to 100 rupees, 78,000. I leave it to you. Calculate 78,000 into 100. What it comes to, you see for yourself. That brings us to the third point. VAC Solution facility and platform will be available for gold members at a discounted price. My dear friends, Diploma Master Trainer is all about helping you identify your niche, helping you create digital program of your knowledge, helping you market and monetize it. If it would have been only this much, I would say that it is just another program. But what elevates it to the world-class standard is the fact that we will provide you all the skill set required to identify your niche, create your program, and market it. Not just that, We will handhold you and help you to master it with guided practice. Most train-the-trainer programs impart information, that too very basic information, and then they don't follow up with guided practice. So people who do the program forget it in a few days. But in Diploma the Master Trainer, we will not only provide you the skill set, we will be with you for 1 full year, helping you master it. And we will walk the talk. We will help you launch your programs. We have been successful in the international market with our programs. We will help you become successful because we know the path. That makes Diploma the Master Trainer an outstanding program by any standards. As we say, there are universities and there is Harvard. There are train-the-trainer programs and there is Diploma the Master Trainer. So, how do you do this program? A very valid question. How? There must be some way you can do this program. How can you do it? For that, you will have to give some more time thinking deeply. By going through the decision pyramid. The decision pyramid begins with the question, why should you be doing this? Why? What is the reason you should be doing Diploma the Master Trainer course? Is it because you want to earn more money? Is it because you want to keep yourself engaged? Is it because you want to achieve social status? Or is it because you want to share your knowledge with the world? What is your reason? Even it could be all of them put together. You might want to do this program because you want to earn money, keep yourself engaged, attain social relevance, and also share your knowledge. If that is the case, then that comes to the next part. What is required? Many of you want to earn money. Many of you want to be socially relevant. Many of you want to be engaged, but you don't know where the opportunity lies. You don't have clarity or understanding about the opportunity. You require to understand where the opportunity is. That is very important. And you also need to know what are the skill sets required to leverage your expertise and be able to earn money and keep yourself engaged with it. Both these will be provided by Diploma the Master Trainer. The third part of the pyramid is, how do you get it? How do you get to doing it? How do you acquire your skill set? How do you get guided practice? And who will launch you? All these three will be done by Diploma the Master Trainer. We will help you acquire the skill set. We will give you 1 full year of assistance to guide and to practice through guidance. And then during that period, as you master yourself, we will take you through the journey of launching yourself into the international market. Now that you have asked all the 3 questions, why should you be doing this? What is required? How will you do it? I'm still not going to tell you how to do this program. I'm going to post in the chat box a Calendly link. A Calendly is an app which will help you fix an appointment with me for 30 minutes for free tomorrow or day after tomorrow till 3 o'clock. Because day after tomorrow at 7:30, the program is beginning, the course is beginning. You can click on the app, fix an appointment with me for half an hour, and discuss with me and get full clarity on whatever you want to know about the value of this program. Once you are clear about the value of this program, then you can decide. Thank you, my dear friends, for giving me a patient listening. I will now post the link in the chat box. You can click on the link and take your appointment. Just a minute. I posted the link in the chat box. Those of you who want to fix an appointment with me can fix your appointment and take all information necessary about this program only then you need to decide. There is absolutely no hurry. Once you are sure about the value of this program, then we can decide to move forward with associating, and you can become an international master trainer. You can unmute and ask any question that you want to. I'm open to answer it. Thank you, my dear friends, for the patient listening. Yes, Vibo1919 has written something. Are you all able to access the link? You are muted, Mr. Sudhir. Does anyone have any question in the meantime?
Awesome presentation, sir. You keep on changing the deck every time you present, sir. That is really awesome. Huh? Each time I see your program, all the slides are different. That's really grand. Sudhajadi, namaste. Bala, namaste. Mathur Saab, namaste.
Yes, has anyone got any question? Sudhir ji, having some problem? You can unmute yourself, Sudhir ji.
She's doing it.
Yeah,
now
yeah, unmute.
Now it's okay?
Yeah, it is okay. Tell me.
Sir, just I have just now I clicked one. So it is coming one-on-one meeting with Mr. Arun Subramanian.
Yes, yes,
for this.
yes.
What I have to, in fact, I have written, I understand.
When do you want to have a one-on-one meeting with me for any clarification, the time and the
from
date?
Tomorrow onwards, after
Tomorrow
7:30.
at what time? 7:30?
After 7:30, sir.
Okay, I will book it and send it to you. Don't worry.
Okay, okay.
Because here only up to 3 o'clock you will find the link.
Okay, okay.
Okay,
so anything else I have to click? Because
nothing.
There are three.
You leave it. I will create the meeting and send it to you.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So this, I will create the meeting and send it to you tomorrow at 7:30 in the evening. Done.
From my side, namaste to everybody.
Namaste ji, namaste, namaste.
Everybody.
Namaste, sir.
Thank you, thank you. Yes. Anyone else has anything to share? We have 3 registrations for one-to-one and one from Mr. Sudhir ji, which I will create and send. If anyone else has want to fix up a time, please do it. Or if you are having difficulty in doing it, or you want it after 3 o'clock, tell me.
So this is Chandrasekhar.
Yes, Mr. Chandrasekhar.
Sir, after 7 o'clock tomorrow.
7 o'clock. 7:30 is having. Can I do it at 6 o'clock or 8:30?
8:30 will be fine.
8:30 I will book and send you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Chandrasekhar. Thank you. 8:30 we will have it.
Yeah, I can take leave now.
Yeah, please, please, please. All those of you who want to leave can leave. No issues.
Thank you.
I'm very thankful to you all for joining.
It was quite interesting and I need a lot of knowledge more.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. It was a pleasure having you here, and more a pleasure that you have asked for an appointment today at 8:30, tomorrow at 8:30.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chandrasekhar. Yes, anyone else? I think tomorrow Mr. Prakash is having, you have taken at tomorrow or day after tomorrow at 4:30, isn't it, Mr. Prakash?
Yes, 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 yes.
Why don't you shift it tomorrow? Because day after tomorrow the program is beginning.
Randomly, I have selected that one. I was not aware about the program. Schedule of the
program,
program.
the course is beginning day after tomorrow at 7:30. Should I prepone yours for tomorrow at 4:30?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay,
You can.
I'll prepone yours for tomorrow at 4:30. Thank you, Mr. Prakash.
Yeah, yeah, yes, yeah,
Thank you, thank you. Very
Thank
nice
you.
having you here.
yeah, yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank
Very
you,
nice
thank you,
program.
thank you, thank you.
Nice delivery of the knowledge. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Can I leave now, sir?
Please, 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 please.
Okay.
Most
Thank you.
welcome. All those of you who are interested can leave. There is absolutely, the program is over. If you have, yes, Mr. Leela Sahu has booked 10:30 a.m. tomorrow. May I know? I don't see the name here. Who is?
Yes, sir.
Can you just unmute your video, madam? Oh, Vivo 1915.
Sir, actually, good evening, sir. So this is Reela.
Yes,
Actually,
yes.
I'm in the home only, and my little child is with me. So because
Ah.
of that reason, I couldn't able to on my camera. So I'm really sorry.
No issue, no issue. It would have been nice. Anyway, we will meet tomorrow at 10:30. So where is the problem?
And so, sir, this is my first session, and I got the information from my mentor, and I'm really I was searching for it, and I got the exact what I was searching. So really, I'm grateful for it, and I will discuss tomorrow at 10:30 about my
Sure.
career and.
Sure. Definitely. You're most welcome. Most welcome. It will be a pleasure and
Thank
an
you so
honor
much,
to
sir.
be of service to you. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, anyone else would like to say something, would like to talk something, anything? Galaxy M21. May I know who Galaxy M21?